Stoicism, an ancient philosophy founded in Greece, has gained popularity in modern times due to its practical wisdom for handling life's challenges. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to accept what we cannot. One of the key teachings is the practice of avoiding complaints. For Stoics, complaining is not only seen as an unproductive habit, but also as a form of resistance to reality. When we complain, we are essentially rejecting what is happening, which leads to greater inner turmoil. The Stoic approach is to accept circumstances as they are, without adding unnecessary emotional suffering. The Stoic view holds that events in themselves are not inherently good or bad. It is our interpretation that shapes how we experience them. When we complain about a situation, we're often placing judgment on it, labeling it as bad or unfair. This judgment, however, is based on our subjective preferences rather than on reality itself. Stoics argue that since we cannot control external events, it is pointless to lament them. Instead, they suggest shifting our perspective and training ourselves to see events as opportunities for growth. In this way, what may appear as a setback could actually be a catalyst for developing resilience and wisdom. Central to Stoicism is the idea of differentiating between what we can and cannot control. We have power over our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, but not over other people's behavior or random events. Complaining is often an attempt to exert control over things that lie beyond our reach, which leads to frustration and helplessness. By focusing only on what is within our control, we conserve our energy for meaningful actions rather than wasting it on futile lamentations. Acceptance, therefore, becomes a powerful tool for navigating life's uncertainties with composure. When we make complaining a habit, it gradually undermines our mental strength and resilience. By constantly focusing on what's wrong, we reinforce a mindset of negativity and victimhood. Stoicism, on the other hand, encourages embracing challenges as opportunities to practice virtues, such as patience, courage, and self-discipline. For a Stoic, life's difficulties are seen not as reasons to complain, but as training grounds for character development. This shift in mindset transforms adversity from a source of suffering into a means of cultivating inner strength. Another important aspect of Stoicism is the idea that complaints can often stem from unrealistic expectations. When we expect life to always go smoothly, we set ourselves up for disappointment. The Stoics teach us to lower our expectations and accept the reality of life's imperfections. By recognizing that setbacks, discomfort, and loss are inevitable parts of the human experience, we reduce the shock and frustration when such events occur. Acceptance allows us to face difficulties with a calm and steady mind, rather than reacting with anger or despair. The Stoic approach to acceptance is not about resignation or passive submission. Rather, it is about actively engaging with life while recognizing the limits of our control. It involves taking appropriate action where possible, but also accepting outcomes without resistance. For example, if we face a situation that cannot be changed, such as a natural disaster or illness, we can choose how we respond internally. Complaining about it will not change the outcome, but adopting a mindset of acceptance can help us find peace even in challenging circumstances. Furthermore, avoiding complaints doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending that everything is fine. Stoics acknowledge emotions but aim to keep them in check. They believe that emotions should not dictate our actions or cloud our judgment. By practicing acceptance, we can observe our emotions from a distance without allowing them to overwhelm us. This enables us to respond to life's events in a balanced and thoughtful manner, rather than reacting impulsively out of frustration or anger. In addition, the Stoic principle of acceptance extends to other people and their behavior. We often complain about others because they do not meet our expectations. Stoics remind us that we cannot control the actions of others, only how we choose to interpret and respond to them. By accepting that people will act according to their own nature and circumstances, We free ourselves from the emotional turmoil that arises from trying to change or judge them. This acceptance fosters tolerance and understanding, allowing us to maintain our inner peace even in difficult social situations. The practice of acceptance in Stoicism also helps us appreciate the present moment. Complaints often arise from wishing that things were different, leading us to miss the value of what is here and now. By accepting reality as it is, we become more grounded in the present and are better able to appreciate the small joys and lessons that each day brings. This mindful approach to life encourages gratitude and a deeper sense of contentment as we stop resisting the flow of events and instead learn to embrace them. Ultimately, the power of acceptance lies in its ability to free us from unnecessary suffering. When we stop resisting reality and complaining about circumstances beyond our control, we open ourselves to a greater sense of tranquility and resilience. Stoicism teaches that true strength is found not in changing the world to fit our desires, but in changing our perceptions to align with the world as it is. By embracing acceptance, we learn to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity, transforming difficulties into opportunities for growth.